We were fairly thin last year anyway, and we felt like we needed to get some guys that had a chance to help us this year, and we definitely got that. Defensive line, that was a strength of ours last year. We lost some seniors. We really feel like we filled our needs there. We got some outstanding impact players that Coach Garner is very excited about.
Also, most of your classes from Alabama and Georgia. Just talk about the importance of those two states to your recruiting.
Yeah, we focused really hard on that. We started out with a focus on the state of Alabama, and then obviously the state of Georgia. It's close. There's some outstanding players in both states, and that will be a habit in years to come.
Gus, secondary last year, you had to kind of shuffle guys around. How big was it to be able to bring in a pretty good group like that you did this year?
Yeah, it was very big, especially guys that can cover. We feel like we have guys that can cover, and then if you look at this group, they're long. Their length is very good. They all can run. They're good tacklers. They got very good ball skills and give us some versatility.
Gus, you have 5 junior college players in this class. Last year you had 6. You said last year that this would not be the norm. You have nearly as many this year. Just what was it about this year that you felt the need to go to the junior colleges heavily again?
Well, anytime you go to junior college, you think about filling an immediate need, whether sometimes it's the start, sometimes it's just depth. And so, after you evaluate, from year to year, you have to fill in the pieces. And we really feel like we got some guys that can help us immediately. If not start, at least give us some depth.
Last year you played most of your signees during 2013 season. You think that could happen again this year?
It could very well happen. We think all these guys are talented enough to help. And like I said, anytime you're talking depth and you're talking special teams and all those things are important. And that's the way we recruit. Nowadays you're going to recruit guys that you think can come in and make an impact right off the bat.
You mentioned that some of these guys that committed early stuck with you, didn't take other visits. But was there anybody that you maybe lost a little sleep over during the last month or so?
That's the thing that stood out about this group. Our coaching staff developed great relationships with these guys, and they were the right tight fit for Auburn. And so the unique thing, the guys that were committed gave us zero stress, and that's rare. Matter of fact, I can't ever remember a year like that. And that says a lot about these guys, and that will go a long way in the future. And I know the Auburn fans really appreciate that.
Did you say that Rock Thomas can make an immediate impact? You have a very crowded backfield with 2 seniors and Peyton Barber coming off a red shirt and Jonathan Ford possibly moving back. With an offense that's going to be looking to re-emphasize the passing game more, how are you going to spread out the ball to 5 running backs?
Well, you can't ever have enough depth at the running back position. You've seen us before. Sometimes we'll play 2 and 3 running backs. So we feel very good about what we have. And like I said, you can't have enough running backs.
On the spot staying loyal, just how much or how important was the success of the season, and you guys kept winning games, and I think that really helped, obviously.
It probably did, but I'll take you back. A lot of these guys committed when we came off winning three games, and it was very tough. And they really believed in what we were doing, and that's also tough to do. And they hung in there with us. And obviously we won and all that, but there's a great appreciation for those guys that came on board before we started winning. And now that we've won, I really feel like that will help us in years to come, even more than it did this year. And so that's what I'm really excited about.
What kind of conversations? About the loyalty of the commits to you. What about your loyalty to a couple of guys like Shaquille Mitchell and Deshaun Davis who were hurt after they committed and you stuck with them?
Oh, there's no doubt. Well, first of all, that they're outstanding players. It was very unfortunate they got hurt. But both those guys are just tough guys. They're rehabilitated extremely hard. They got a lot of winter in them. There's no doubt in my mind that they'll be outstanding players for us, both of them.
What kind of expectations you guys have for the safety positions going into next season, considering what you have right now, and who are you really trying to push to the forefront to be able to contribute?
Well, obviously when you go through spring, you give a lot of people opportunities to show, where they're at, and then your signees come in, and you see who can pick it up, fairly quick in fall camp, and you try to get some kind of depth chart. But like I said, all 4 of these guys that came in from the defensive backfield are going to have the chance to contribute early.
Gus, you only had a couple months last year for this time to build that class. You have a full year now, kind of evaluate what do you think that full year added to this class?
Yeah, it helped tremendously. It helped from the standpoint that we were able to develop relationships, know a whole lot about the guys that we're recruiting. As far as their character, as far as their their toughness as far as everything that goes with them. We got a chance to develop strong relationships with their family, and you know, Auburn's a family, and we really feel like we attract the right type of people over a long period of time if we can develop relationships. And our coaches did an outstanding job with that, and it's very exciting for the future. We got some outstanding young men, and I know a lot of people say that from year to year, but the character of this group is very high.
It was something that happened pretty early on in the process, but now that it's complete, you can talk about it a little bit more, just reestablishing in Mobile and just how important that was to hit that area and hit it as hard as you did in this class.
Yeah, it's very important. That area is very important. A lot of great players down there in the state of Alabama. You know, Damien did a great job down there, and you know, we got 3 players that are all impact type players, and that's exciting for the future.
What's this day like for the staff, you know, specifically signing? What's that like for the staff?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of excitement up there. I mean, these guys have worked extremely hard, and anytime you get to signing day and you've worked, you know, an entire year or a little over a year developing relationships, and you know, you finally get that fax across, and their hard work is paid off, and you know you're going to get to coach a guy that you really, really want to coach. And it was a really exciting time. Like I've said, the future is very bright here, and on a day like this, it even, you know, becomes more real. And so we're very excited as a staff.
Braden Smith